Chapter 1. The Outpost Under Siege. The research outpost on Xyrus 9 was never meant to be a fortress. A domed structure of reinforced alloy, it was built for studying the planet's exotic flora, not surviving an onslaught of its deadliest fauna. Dr. Elias Carter wiped sweat from his brow as the emergency alarms blared. Outside, the night was alive with skittering, chittering horrors. The Vorath six-legged predators with exoskeletons like black iron and venom-tipped claws. They had surrounded the outpost, drawn by the scent of warm-blooded prey. "Seal the vents!" Commander Vera, a Zorathian scientist with cobalt-blue skin and luminescent eyes, barked orders to her team. "If they get inside, we're dead." Elias, the only human on the team, checked his pulse rifle. He wasn't a soldier, just a xenobiologist. But right now, survival mattered more than credentials. The Vorath were relentless. They scratched at the walls, their razor-sharp limbs carving grooves into the metal. The outpost's defenses were failing. "We have one option," Elias said, turning to Vera. "The power core's overload sequence. If we trigger it manually, the electromagnetic pulse will fry their nervous systems." Vera's eyes widened. "That's suicide. The blast radius covers half a kilometer." Elias clenched his jaw. "Then I'll run." Chapter 2. The Suicide Run. The team protested, but Elias was already moving. He strapped on an emergency oxygen mask. The air outside was toxic, and grabbed a portable detonator. "If I don't make it back," he said, meeting Vera's gaze, "tell Earth we tried." The airlock hissed open. The Vorath screeched, their glowing red eyes locking onto him. Elias sprinted. His boots crunched over brittle alien foliage as the creatures gave chase. He could hear them, claws clicking, hisses vibrating through the air. His heart pounded. The power core station was 400 meters away, a small bunker at the edge of the outpost's perimeter. Vorath lunged. Elias spun, firing his rifle. The creature exploded in a burst of green ichor. Two more took its place. He ran faster. By the time he reached the bunker, his oxygen was running low. His fingers fumbled with the detonator. The Vorath were closing in. Dozens of them, a living tide of death. He pressed the button. The world turned white. Chapter 3. The Aftermath and an Unexpected Bond. Elias woke in the outpost's medbay. His body ached. His skin burned from radiation exposure, but he was alive. Vera stood over him, her expression unreadable. "You were clinically dead for 37 seconds, she said. "Our defibrillators revived you." Elias coughed. "The Vorath. Gone." The EMP worked. Silence stretched between them. Then, unexpectedly, Vera placed a hand on his chest, a Zorathian gesture of deep respect. "You risked extinction for us," she said softly. "Among my people, such an act is sacred." Elias frowned. "What does that mean?" Vera leaned closer. "It means, Elias Carter, that you have earned more than our gratitude." Her lips met his, cool, alien but undeniably real. Chapter 4. A New Destiny. Weeks later, the outpost was repaired, but things had changed. Vera no longer treated Elias as just a colleague. There was something deeper now, a bond forged in fire. "On Zorath," she explained one night under the planet's twin moons, "a life debt is not repaid with words. It is repaid with a union." Elias stared at her. "Are you saying?" Vera smiled, a rare sight. "I am saying, human, that if you are willing, I would take you as my bonded mate." Elias had come to Xyrus 9 to study life. He hadn't expected to find a new one. He took her hand. Then let's go home. Epilogue. A Love Beyond Stars. The Vorath never returned. The outpost's research continued, but Elias and Vera's story became legend. A human who defied death, and the alien warrior who loved him for it. And when their ship finally left Xyrus 9, it carried not just scientists, but a couple bound by the rarest force in the universe. Courage and love. Epilogue. A Love Beyond Stars. The Vorath never returned to the outpost. The electromagnetic pulse had not only driven them away, it had disrupted their hive mind, scattering them into the planet's deepest caverns. Xyrus 9 was safe again, at least for now. Elias stood at the observation deck, staring at the twin moons casting silver light over the alien landscape. His body still ached from the radiation burns, but the pain was fading. What didn't fade was the memory of Vera's lips on his, the weight of her words. I would take you as my bonded mate. A soft chime sounded behind him. He turned. Vera stood in the doorway, her blue skin shimmering under the dim light. She wore no uniform now, just a flowing Zorathian robe, the kind reserved for ceremonies. You're leaving, Elias said, not as a question but a realization. Our mission here is complete, she replied. The High Council has recalled us. Elias swallowed. And what about us? Vera stepped closer, her luminescent eyes searching his. Among my people, a bond is not made lightly. It is a vow that transcends worlds. She reached into the folds of her robe and withdrew a small, crystalline pendant, a Zorathian bonding sigil. If you accept this, you will no longer be just a human. You will be mine. And I will be yours. Elias exhaled slowly. He had come to this planet as a scientist, expecting to study alien life, not join it. But in that moment, he knew there was no turning back. He took the pendant. What happens now? Vera's fingers brushed his as she fastened the chain around his neck. The crystal pulsed with a soft blue glow, a living symbol of their bond. Now, she whispered, we go home. Final scene. A new journey begins. The starship Eclipse hummed as it ascended through Xyrus 9's atmosphere. Elias watched from the viewport as the planet shrank beneath them, its emerald jungles and jagged mountains becoming nothing more than a memory. Vera stood beside him, her hand resting on his shoulder. You do not regret this. Elias smirked. Regret saving a bunch of aliens and getting the girl in the process? Not a chance. She chuckled, a sound like distant wind chimes. You are strange, Elias Carter. But you are mine. As the ship pierced the veil of space, Elias realized something. He wasn't just leaving a planet behind. He was stepping into a future he had never imagined. And for the first time in his life, that thought didn't scare him. It excited him.